What is your background and why did you start making art in the first place?
Uh, I started off as a painter, and I was in college. But while I was there, I was working for jewelers, apprenticing, and
Where did you grow up and what brought you to Martha's Vineyard?
I grew up in Kingston, New York. And I came to the Vineyard when I was in college, and just fell in love with the place. It's been very good to me as well. So got two great apprenticeships my first summer here with Paul D'Olympia and Rick Hamilton, and I ended up dropping out of college and to move here full time and to become a full time apprentice. So and never left.
Who are some of your favorite artists that have sort of influenced you in your jewelry or just
Yeah.
in your design sense in general?
I guess when I was a painter, the modernists like Duchamp, his paintings, not his sculpture. I was big into Cubism, Picasso, Braque, and even Mondrian, and sort of those block painters, the Distill movement, Bauhaus, all that stuff really was a big influence.
Why is it that you make jewelry? Why do you create?
I think that's why jewelry is so great, is because you can, there's so many different colors of metal, and there's just so many different things you can do. It's not limited to, a rectangle or a piece of pottery or something. You can do whatever you want, so.
Do you find yourself repeating your designs, or are you more of an artist who tends to make more one-of-a-kind things or variations on?
Yeah, I pretty much move on. I don't know if I get bored with certain designs, but there are the tried and true things that I've been doing for a long time. The mixed metal bracelet, and some of that mixed metal work I've been doing for 20 years now, and still love doing that. But I think it's also important for you to make new work all the time and just keep moving on and pushing to something new.
Where do you get all of your materials and specifically like your gemstones and?
Yeah, so the last couple of years we've been going out to Tucson, Arizona, to all the gem shows there that happen in late January, February, and really inspiring looking at everything there. Really weird stuff, and you can actually put your hands on it and see it right in front of you. The colors are right there for you to see, as opposed to seeing it online. So that's really inspiring, and we've been making these pieces, my wife and I, collaborating, me doing the design and metalwork, and then she's been doing the beadwork for the pendants, and that's been a fun collaboration. We both look at the stones, and we also both look at the strands of gemstone beads and what goes with what, and what should go with what.
Do you enjoy collaborating? Is that something that you think you will kind of continue in the future, or?
Yeah, no, it just definitely brings a not only with my wife Jen, but also with customers. Sometimes people have these ideas that I would never have thought of, and then vice versa. I have something, and then we come together and we come up with an idea, and that's been very successful. And I think people also appreciate being part of the process of designing something as well.
So you really welcome doing sort of collaborative design, custom pieces for people?
I do. It's kind of fun. It can be frustrating at times, but for the most part, I think the customer really enjoys it as as opposed to like looking at a drawing and then not everyone can visualize what that's going to look like in 3D, you know, and I always forget that part. And so it's actually, you know, people come over to the studio, and we sit down, they, you know, look at the colors of metal and, you know, stones, and come up with something. So
What if somebody had their own stone? I mean, have you ever done that?
yeah, of course, yeah, taking stones out of old ugly jewelry and, you know, put it into something, you know, one of my more modern pieces, and old family heirloom that, you know, the piece is broken down and needs a new life.
Nice. What is the biggest personal reward that you get from being an artist, being a designer, being a jeweler?
I guess my reward was my everyday sitting here, being able to sit here in my home and make things all day, and, you know, look out on my backyard and to not have to go anywhere and make beautiful things for people.
If you could have one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
My thing, of course, would be pizza. Pizza really of any kind. Thick, thin, flatbread, you know, all kinds, really.
You could live on pizza.
That could.